Yep. Hey, thanks, Elgene. I am for comms. I've been working on the tweets for quadratic funding, and then also just reviewing now the tweets, the rest of them that Almond just shared for Octant and the rest of quadratic funding this week. Basically, just like making sure that the comms is going for that. And that's pretty much all I've got going on right now in comms. And I'll pass it to Ahmad.
I've made progress on the autopilot audit with cleaning up some of the automations, so I can share a little bit about that. Octant Zero also is something that I worked on. So we basically got a list of all of the people that can vote, and we looked up which of those addresses we have emails for on Giveth. So there's around like 55 people that have the POAP that we can send an email to from our database. So I'll send that out later. And then also there's just a list of all the people that can vote that we can do one-on-one reach out to as well. And yeah, like I think it's a super important thing because basically every 1% of votes we get in Snapshot, we get $10,000, which is amazing. So it's like a very high leverage thing that all of us can do. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Those are the main things. And I'll pass it to Ashley.
Thanks, Ahmad. I think brief update, I've been helping out just with QF emails and updating the homepage. Going forward, I think just maybe doing some shilling of the new season of the Ambassador program. And I think that's really it for comms. I don't know. Maybe there's something that I'm missing. But yeah, and I will pass it to who hasn't gone? Kotabe.
Hey everyone. It's intentions and distractions, or what
Just a quick stand-up of maybe some work that you've been doing for comms. So, like, for example, for you, it would be working on comms for the next episode of Aprendamos or something that you want to share that you've been doing regarding comms, like, really quick.
Yeah. Thanks, Salmon. Yeah, I did the comms drafts for the 3 last episodes of Aprendamos Refi. And I also did some outreach to people from Octant from the list. I highlighted in yellow in the spreadsheet that we have all the ones that have not voted. So if anyone knows any of those people, it would be great if you reach out. I don't know if the spreadsheet is here, but if not, I can link it on the side chat. And that's it. I'll pass it to Miss Jean.
Elgene already went, but maybe we can throw it to Jake. Jake, nice to see you here.
Yeah, glad to kind of be back. For comms, like Ahmad was saying, there's like 1,500 people on that Excel sheet. So I've kind of been going through that Octant Excel sheet one by one, seeing if it's in my database and doing outreach. Also in Paris all last week, really pushing QF hard and trying to get more funding for the next matching pools. And I'll continue to follow up on that. Those would be my 2 hot items for comms. And I think, and I apologize, first time in the call, Kishav, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, so I'm like working with Armand on creating videos for like marketing. Like for QF. Yeah. And past week I've been working on like videos only. Yeah.
Excellent. Let me see if there's something that's missing. Nicola.
Yes. Okay. I'm currently working on Meetmakers last final outreach coordinations, and having seven project owners confirmed, and really need your support, comms support for this week because it's happening next Wednesday. And the other thing that I have on my plan for this week is to produce another around 40 tweet threads verified project. That's it. Passing back to you, Amma.
Thank you. Great. Let's start. Thank you so much for your stand-up. I really like this because it's a really nice way to see just where everyone is standing, and also if someone needs support with something, also it's great for me just to see. Yeah, someone's Sorby is here. I didn't saw you, Sorby.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
All right, so I'm working on the proposal with Monique. I had a very thorough, elaborate call with him today on how can we structure things and how we can include all the suggestions in the DAP proposal. Working with him on that, and I think I'll spend another 1 or 2 days on that. Beside that, I'm working on a growth strategy, and I think I will be through with that, with the first draft of it in 7 to 8 working days.
Perfect. Thanks, Surbi. Great to see you. Okay, so the items for today, and please, if someone else has something to add, this is the time. So just follow up on the QF and Octans comms just to see if everything is cool with that. Then some updates from Ahmad, some Meet the Makers comes planning. Then, it's time to update the WhatsApp and Giveth page. So just a quick sync with everyone to see if we should add something. And some updates on the Giveth podcasts, as Gotabe was mentioning. So, again, if someone has something to add, please go ahead. And some of the high-level overviews, priorities for this week, we really don't have a lot because I think that we're still going on with the Giveth QF alpha round. So there's 1 week left for all of us to really promote, push, spread the word, share all the amazing content that Lauren has been scheduling on the Tweet Hunter, and also some things that we're preparing for Instagram and with Keshav. So please go ahead, tweet, spread the word, and I think that for me would be like the really priority for this week. Someone has some other high-level priority they want to share, or do we feel okay to just start and move forward? This is a list of people that can vote for Octan's ebooks. Okay, thanks, Ahmad. Okay, let's move on to the first item. Hey, Mitch, nice to see you around. So the ongoing efforts, the QF comms. So I would love to just check with Lauren and maybe Matt and Ashley that you were also brainstorming some ideas last week regarding the QF comms. If everything is good, if we need something else. I know that Lauren mentioned in her stand-up that she's already working with the last tweets that I drafted regarding partnerships and regarding partnerships. So anything else? I think we're okay for the tweets. Like we have like almost one tweet basically every day going out around QF. I think we should like definitely do some Discord reminders, like, you know, remember last day to donate, or like whatever. Like we should do like a couple more Discord reminders throughout this week. So maybe Almond, you could help with that, or I can just make them as well. And then I think after that it'll just be like at the end of the round we can send a message to everyone. We will need actually, maybe we could even create these issues now and have it ready. We'll need to create an email for letting people know when their funds are available. You know, like a thank you to all the donors for participating in the round would be great as well. Like, or thank you to everybody. Thank you to everyone participating in the round. Like, if you had any feedback, remember to fill it out here. And then we could do like one more, like, okay, the funds have been distributed to projects. So we'll need 2 separate emails going out post round. And then I think following that, what we will need is, I think, just more support around raising funds for the next QF rounds. So maybe we can also like kind of like get some feedback from the fundraising team or work with them. But like, especially like kind of while I'm out at Burning Man, I think trying to like we could put out some tweets, but maybe we should also do some outreach to people to try to get like more donors to the future matching pools. But we can do some light comms around that too. Okay. So you think that this outreach would be
maybe drafted by comms and then just will be spread by the fundraising team.
Or even, I'm not sure, maybe even the other way around. I think like Jake has been doing a lot of work networking, connecting with people around fundraising. So I think we should just like stay in contact with fundraising, or maybe Jake has like also, even if you have any needs or suggestions around like what comms could do to help support the fundraise for future rounds. Maybe we'll just pass it to you, Jake. Do you have any ideas? Do you think anything would be?
So in the real life kind of outreach that I was doing last week, there wasn't really too much. A lot of people understood it. The doc that was created with bullet points or whatnot, I kind of took the high level items and we're speaking about that, and everybody understood. And the good thing is we have Gitcoin that's already released it, so everybody in the Web3 space has that understanding. So there was no like hesitations in terms of like, what is this? Tell me more about QF. Why is Giveth doing it? Nothing like that. It's more just like, okay, we're in a bear market. Let's see if there's funds for that. The good thing is I'll probably know more in the next 2 or 3 weeks after following up with these people at Paris, because nothing really gets done in Paris. So after a couple more follow-ups and they say, okay, let's do it, I can ask them like, okay, maybe, not why, but find out some more details as to pass along to how we should be presenting this to get even more. In terms of like what comms specifically can do, the things we've done in the past where it's like create some kind of pitch, some kind of outreach message, and then distribute it to everybody where we're getting it in all forums, Discord, Twitter, etc. I'll think of something if there's something innovative that I can put together or think about to really push it in a different way. That's all I kind of got, is just, I guess, spinning the same wheel we used to and have. And again, I'll have some more feedback once I see what the IRL feedback is.
Great. I think that's cool, just to start conversations regarding the next steps. Even we don't have the exact action items right now, I think is great. Also, Surabhi, we were talking yesterday that you also have experience in kind of like this strategy behind things. I know that you're working in other things, but maybe it would be interesting for you to get a little more into the working efforts regarding QF, because I think that you can really bring a lot of things that are valuable to the table. So maybe you and I can just sync next Monday, and for you to like really understand and see if this is something that could interest you as well.
Absolutely, would love to help. So I have already gone through all the content here and there, which has been shared on different meetings I've been part of regarding QF. But is there anything, if there is anything else I should go through before we connect, that will be great. But happy to help in those initiatives.
Nice. Perfect. Okay. So, next things on the agenda, Octant. So, Ahmad was mentioning this list that somehow he was able to get throughout.
It was Mitch. Yeah, so Mitch did this. So
oh, really? It's really.
Praise to Mitch.
Like, what? How did this happen? So you will send the same email that I share with you. That's the email that you will be sending to this list.
So there's a list of all of the people that can vote, which is this one. That's the one that Mitch compiled, basically. And then there's a second list, which is, I basically looked at all of the emails that we have, and I saw if any of them matched with the addresses that we're storing. So that's like the second sheet. And on that sheet, there's, I think, 55 emails that we can send to. But I think that the wider list has like hundreds on it. So for the first list, we'll probably need to do one-to-one outreach because we don't have all of their emails. But yeah, like I'll send it to the list of the shorter list, which is like 55 people.
Okay. Oh, excellent.
Also, there was the like, I think I talked to you about this Ami before. I'm not sure if it like happened or not, but we put on our list basically like everyone who is part of the Trusted Seed, and so like Trusted Seed members most likely have the POAP also, or could have gotten the POAP, and then also same with TEC Hatchers. Did we ever end up emailing those orgs like through Max or Ivy?
Yeah, great that you asked, because I think that we haven't synced on this. Ivy sent the first email to the Trusted Seed members asking to just claim the POAP. And then I talked to Gideon regarding the TEC Hatchers, and then he was saying that their CRM got messed up, that something happened. But then talking with Ivy, she was saying that actually there's a really big overlap between Trusted Seed and TEC Hatchers. So Ivy sent the collect the POAP email, and she will send the today's she will send the one for vote for Giveth. She also told me that she is being posted on the Discord, so we're covered regarding that. Well, except for this kind of like mess with the CRM of TEC Hatchers. But I think that with Ivy's help, we kind of like covering the two of them. Cool.
I have a quick question, just kind of directed at Lauren about Octant. I mean, James is riding high on Giveth all week in Paris and hanging out, and he's distributing this POAP to everybody. Is there anything that could be used to like reach out to him directly to get some of these like potential networking if it was provided and whatnot? Or is there anything, just I'm trying to think of a different angle, because there's 1,500 POAPs thanks to James working hard. But is there anything we could do with that?
I think, I mean, I have contact with him. I'm not really sure like what you would want to ask him though.
Yeah, I'll have to think on it and follow up with you, and I can go one-on-one, just not to take any more time. I'm just thinking of different angles of how we can cover outreach with 1,500 addresses and try to make it to our advantage.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he'd be down to support us. However, and I'm sure that they're doing like also kind of like outreach networking, but I'm not really sure. Like, I don't know. I'd need to have a clear ask in order to ask him something. But yeah, just let me know, Jake, what you think.
I will. Cool.
And also I think that James is working around this POAP thing. I think a lot of people have trouble, so I think that maybe we will have some news soon regarding that, and maybe we will be able to deliver some POAP. So yeah, waiting on that. Besides that, is there anything missing? Maybe this is more of like a Lawrence question. After this was added to the WhatsApp and Giveth homepage, there's some tweets and communications around it. I'll make sure to post the Discord announcement, but I don't know if you see that something's missing.
I think that's good. I mean, there's only so much we can do. It's like, let's try to get, I think we're doing a lot already, and it looks good to me.
Yeah, I think so too. So I'm glad that we are doing everything that we really can. And yeah, praise to Mitch and Matt and Jake and Kotabe for their hard work on the outreach from this list. And okay, let's jump into the next item, which is my favorite of the weekly call, which is all the Ahmad updates that he already have. Really cool stuff happening. So Ahmad, if you want to take it away.
Yeah, sure. So the first thing is the monthly newsletter. It's time to send that out soon in the next few days, hopefully end of this week. So we don't have a ton of topics to talk about, but I think we have enough stuff because each of these, there's a lot to talk about with quadratic funding and Octant and all the stuff with the conferences. So I think there's a ton of stuff, but if anyone has any more points that they want to bring up, feel free to add it here. Let's see. Yeah, and the next landing pages, we have a public goods landing page for SEO that's ready. If anyone has any feedback on it, there's a Figma file here. So yeah, I mean, this was written by Suga, so I think that the content is good. But yeah, if anyone has any last minute feedback, feel free to leave it. Otherwise, we'll just post it. Yeah, last thing, autopilot. So I spent a little time on this, and I basically separated all the emails we have in autopilot by either one-off emails that we send once, automation emails, or the givebacks emails. So now if you log into autopilot, you can basically split them and see each of these separately. I'll keep working on that. I mean, that's a task that doesn't finish just in 1 week. There's a ton of stuff we're doing, but yeah, that's my latest update.
Perfect. Okay. Maybe I'll take a look on this public goods page to see if anything's missing. Maybe Lauren, if you have some time, can take a look too. But for sure, I will take a look on that. I was going to ask you, Matt, if regarding the analytics, I know that we are updating that every once a month, right? So I don't know if there's time maybe to catch the latest analytics and data. I think it's interesting because I think in one period we will see the ETH Barcelona. I don't know if a lot of ETCC really impact our metrics, but maybe, and then QF. So I don't know if we will like to make a different thing with our data and statistics for this new month that's coming, or just think that would be good to just leave it as it is.
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep updating the high-level document, which is like the KPI document that I'll share here. So I usually update it at the end of the month. But yeah, I'll update that. And then also, I can see if there's anything unique for each of these initiatives. Like, for example, like the ETH Barcelona things we did, or quadratic funding. Like, I'll see if I notice any data for any of these separately also.
Great. Yeah, because I think that there was a huge growth, at least this last month. So it will be interesting to see. And then the other thing that I wanted to ask you is regarding the onboarding section that you are working at. I think that I would like to see if Geshaft can support creating some videos, like maybe like short, quick onboarding videos. So wondering how can we be able to move forward with that? How can I support or get more involved in the onboarding section?
Yeah, so the onboarding initiative has like a couple of ways that we can get involved. So the first one is the landing page. So we have a document of the content of that landing page, and most of the videos on there are just taken from the donor course series that we did. So for example, there's a section on how to sign up for a wallet, for example, and that's taken from the donor video, like the donor series that we did. So maybe he can have a look at those on the landing page and see if he would update them or change them in some way. So like maybe that's a good place to start, is just on the landing page. Since like the emails, we don't usually, it's not possible to embed a video in an email. We could link to it, but I think probably as a start, the landing page would make more sense.
Okay. I will start with that and then just see if there's something that would be cool to create here, or if we're okay with the one-on-one course that we made. Cool. Great. Does anyone have some questions, comments, something to add regarding this autopilot and all of these things that we discussed? No, we can just move forward. Cool. Thank you so much, Matt, for your updates. And then Meet the Makers. Yeah, we've been discussing that there's some comms needed regarding this. So, Nicola, if you want to just give a brief of context regarding this.
Thank you. Yes. So basically, the next edition is next Wednesday, 9 a.m. Costa Rica time. Some bullet points are that we dissolve the themes, invited verified projects, have 7 projects confirmed. It's going to be dynamic, fast, and hopefully just refreshing, and also hopefully it will help to attract more donors. And this is the call that I would love to ask for to focus in the comms plan or comms calling. Anyways, so 7 projects confirmed. They will have a quick pitch, just like a 5-minute speech about their project. And it's going to be streamed using the StreamYard, and it's going to be on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And I believe we need some sweet posts for all of these platforms, including maybe even not YouTube, but maybe including Instagram, and make it something like a reoccurring, because Meet the Makers will be happening now every month, basically, and it's going to be the first Wednesday in the month, it seems like. So yeah, need to create whether we'll be using the old design or creating some new design. We'll need some design some banners and kick out this comms, at least, I don't know, like 2 instances of posts on the social media. I don't know, it's Wednesday today, and maybe we want to do like 3 instances. I don't know, but that's the quick, fast update. And yeah, I definitely want to also reach out to Amat by DM and just discuss with you a little bit how can we collect the stats. But that's outside of this call. Did I say everything? Did I miss anything?
Ashley, maybe if you think that someone was missing, or whoever knows.
I have one comment. So I think we talked about this a while ago, but I think we should have a way for people to RSVP to the event. So I think we should look for some solution, even if it's a Web3 solution, that they can sign up. And there's a lot of event platforms. We could use some of the ones that we even used at like some of like the conferences, for example, or any of those event platforms. But I think those are super useful because, first of all, it lets us keep track of who signed up, number one. And then number 2, it reminds people, it sends them an invite on their calendar. There's a lot of benefits to using those platforms. I think we should look for one of them to use for us.
I like this feedback. Now it's becoming more relevant since it's becoming such a reoccurring every monthly thing. So maybe it's something we can look into. But still, yeah, for me, it's the most important, like, how can we make the call to the donors and make those to come to these events, It's like the intention of this event. So this is like a cool gadget to have, RSVP. But how can we make sure we get the donors in?
Mm-hmm. Actually, Ashley and I work in Eventbrite to create the Meet the Makers event once. I think it was for the last one, actually. I can't remember. Maybe Ashley remembers better, but we stopped using it because I was doing the event, and then I really haven't been able to. Well, I don't have the bandwidth anymore. So maybe Nicola, if this is something that you can make, I think we already have the Eventbrite, and it's just a matter of creating a new event. Maybe we can, if we open it for the next week, I think that will be still in time to share with everyone and collect some data there. But I don't know.
Yeah.
For bandwidth. Yeah.
That sounds good. We have the event already created. I don't know how much description it's gonna need, but yeah, I'm down. If we already have the account, then let's do it. Let's use it. I can take care of it.
Nice. I think either Ashley or I have the credentials for you to access, so that would be easy. Great catch. And then, just to be clear, we'll be stream through all our platforms. We need to create some tweets. I hope to start working on that today. The tweets for Meet the Makers, and then maybe some posts on Instagram regarding the design. I think that for these, at least, we will need to use the same template that we were using on the past, because if we want a new one, that will require from Rodri's help, and that will take more time. So if we just use the one that we already have, which is nice, I think that is a nice one. I can just create it as always, like using Rodri's template, just update the information. And then maybe after these Meet the Makers, we can ask Rodri to create a new one. But at least for now, I think the faster will be me just doing the design.
Yeah, I agree with you that it would be a last minute, and it's not a big deal. I just think it would be nice to have for future. So I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy to leave this for the next edition and just to refresh also the designs. But yeah, okay, that sounds great. I think what makes it a little more easier this time is that we don't really have to make these posts about the specific examples of the projects, because there's just so many, and it would be like a never-ending thread. So we can make it more generic and just simplify it.
Is there a topic for this session?
It's just newly verified projects now. There's no more teams, no more topics. It's gonna happen every month, and all the newly verified projects are get invited, basically.
Nice. It would be super helpful, Nicola, if you could just send me the project's Twitter handle, and then I can create the copies if you can. If not, I can just research, but that would be super helpful for the copy creation.
Yeah, well, I was just saying that I don't think we need to be specific around the projects, and we can just be more general. I don't think we have to put there, because if every round we're doing 10 projects, and sometimes they can confirm to the last minute, I'm not sure if it's a smart thing to do, to do a project example streets. I mean, yeah. What do you think?
I think it's something that we can feed into. Sorry to just jump in, but I think it's something we can feed into this more storytelling, featuring of projects that we wanted to do. So maybe even if we can't do all 10, it's we can do some featured projects, feature some of the projects, and be you can catch this project at our next Meet the Makers. Or maybe it's as they confirm, we can make a tweet about them or something. Maybe not for this one because it's coming up so quickly, but maybe for future rounds, if we're doing it monthly, I feel 30 days is enough to talk about 10 projects.
Yeah. But I think that we can just tag them. I mean, it's nice because if we just tag them, then they will share and we will have more reach on our comms. So just something really easy and simple, don't miss the next Meet the Makers featuring these projects in these channels. See you soon, or something like that. It would be good. Maybe we can just tag the 7 that have confirmed.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's always helpful, just to mention the projects for them to help us spread the word.
Yeah. Okay. So you want me to drop the handles into the GitHub issue?
Or just whatever is best. Honestly, you can just DM me the handles, and that would be cool.
Okay, great.
Thanks, Nicola. I'll promise that I'll start with this today.
Thank you. Yeah, I think that was the most urgent matter, and everything else is great. I'm excited to see this new version of it again.
Yeah, and also everyone that's here would be also super helpful that you support this new format that Nicola and Ashley and everyone working super hard. Again, just the regular call to action. share, spread the word, join the events. This is the way that we're actually featuring the projects that come to Giveth. There's a lot of feedback saying that projects want to be more on the spotlight, wants more support from us. So this is just like a great way for this to happen. Maybe, Ahmad, I don't know if this is something that would be good to add to the newsletter.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Meet the Makers is relevant for sure.
Oh, I like that. Because one of the things that we hope to resolve with this like every monthly and newly verified project thing is that the project's engagement and their ability to harness the benefits of being verified from the beginning, and then hopefully gain more friction and become more active and just more engaged in general, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
also part of the feedback. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, anything missing from Meet the Makers, or we'll call to move on? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. So what's up on the Giveth homepage? So I want to update this soon. And also I wanted to ask you, maybe Ahmad, Surbi, if you have some feedback on this. Right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For me, it just looks like too much. But I wanted to ask you, is this cool? There's a number that's more that we could optimize this in a better way, maybe having less things, or is cool having more? Do you have some feedback around this?
So I have thorough feedback on the website. I'm actually collating all my points. Is it okay if I send you the collated feedback tomorrow?
Yeah, for sure. For sure, you can send your feedback tomorrow. I was wondering, just in this specific part on the WhatsApp and Giveth, like we have several updates that are happening, and I kind of like.
It is a really lot, and also a lot of these carousel posts are not really related. So I'm just making the entire structure of positioning and messaging, because messaging is not very clear. So I think even if we keep it, I think the positioning of it will change somewhere. So I think it's better if I send the entire feedback in totality, because it will be contextual to the other elements of the website.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'll definitely send it to you by tomorrow.
No worries, Surbi. It's perfect. And then Ahmad, go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, we can actually look at the analytics and see how many people click on each of these pages. So I could look into that. But my feedback would probably be that I doubt that we get much traffic, honestly, that would scroll down and then like move to I don't know, like the 6th page of this. I doubt we get even a handful of people, honestly. So what might make more sense is if there's a way to randomly maybe have one of these featured every time the page loads. So then at least there'll be one featured. Even if we still have the ability to scroll, maybe we can randomize it. So every time the page loads, it's a different starting image, maybe.
That would be cool. I don't know if that's possible. Maybe Mitch taking advantage that you're here. That's possible? Do you think so? Or what do you think about or someone?
It's possible, but I can't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I'm sure one of the front end devs, I mean, it's just an array that you need to randomize. I'm sure they could figure it out, I guess.
Yeah, because I was just checking this WhatsApp and Giveth, and he's like, I don't think that really no one cares about this. Yeah, the 6th one that you mentioned. So, what's the ideal number for now? While we figure this out, maybe have one, or just keep doing the same as we're doing. So for this month, the updates are Giveth QF, the Octant Epoch Zero, the referral program, AI June, Optimism Ambassador program. And then the WhatsApp and Giveth, I was thinking to include the ETH Barcelona and ETHCC recap, this to keep the feeling optimistic, the referral program. But again, I feel that I'm stuck on this on this conversation. If I don't know if it's really cool to have so many things. So maybe I can create this issue that Ahmad is suggesting, also see what Surbi has on her feedback. But maybe for now, as August is already what do you think, Lauren? I think 6 is okay on WhatsApp. Lauren thinks that it's just cool to have 6. Okay. Cool.
Or yeah, like another thought I had is like, I mean, do we have to show it like a slider? Like, I mean, maybe we could design it so these are smaller in like boxes or something, like a grid or something like that. I don't know, or like a list of some kind. Like instead of having each one be a slider.
Maybe we should design the website on Figma. Like everyone can collaborate there. Yeah, give their points. What do you think?
You mean like create a new design for the WhatsApp section?
Yeah, I think this page had a Figma before. We could maybe edit that one or leave comments on that maybe. Or yeah, just make a new one. I don't know.
What do you want to do? You want to redesign the homepage WhatsApp section?
Maybe. I mean, just an idea.
To make it look like what exactly? Because I mean, like Mo worked a long time on that, and there was a lot of debate and a lot of stakeholder feedback that went into like how it is now. And basically, like, you know, it'd be nice to have like banners at the top or like having these kinds of scrolling banners, but it like ended up with like more we can't change them all the time, and the way that it is right now is that we can change them all the time, which makes it easy. So it's like I think it would really depend on how we were to want to change it, and like I don't know, like if it's, you know, this could
maybe it's not worth it
forever, you know.
Yeah, maybe it's not worth it.
Okay, if this is hard, then my suggestion, Lauren, you mentioned that 6 WhatsApp you think is okay.
I mean, I think it's okay. Let's not do 7. 7 seems like too many, but if we're like scratching our heads and we're like, oh, I don't know what to take out, then like, fine.
Okay, definitely QF will be gone, same as Octant, because it will be finished. So we will have 2 less, unless you think that that we should communicate something regarding QF. It's different, but if someone has something to add to the WhatsApp and Giveth for August, is the time to speak now and share with me so I can create the designs or ask for to Rodri to create the designs, add them to the slider. What? Sorry, Pitch, can you mention taking advantage of the surveys here? I'll defer to what Survey thinks.
Well, I'm just saying if we're debating about 6 or 3, I'm just like, okay, well then if Serbi's supposed to be part of her job, I'll just like, I don't know. I'll let her opinion guide that.
Did she say that? Wait, she said 3? I mean, I wasn't.
No, sorry. So, Lauren, I wasn't saying 3 or 2 anything. I'm just actually holding my opinion on at the moment because I'm just reviewing entire messaging, because a lot of user survey has dictated that, you know, like the simple messaging and the entire website is way too complicated and the bounce rate currently is too high. So which is why I'm actually reviewing the entire content messaging, and after reviewing everything, I will just make a comment whether it makes sense or not. So far, okay, but I will just hold my opinion for tomorrow or day after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
I-
good. I think also Serbia, if you go ahead.
Yeah, I'll send the thorough feedback to everyone on Discord.
Okay.
Cool. And also I was going to ask Nicola and Ashley. The other day, Monique out saying like, "Hey, how the update of these two sections going? They should be kind of like a line and blah blah blah. It should be a campaign." So I told him that we were thinking a lot on these. I don't know if you're planning to update these as well on August. Do you have something in mind for that? Meet the Maker section?
I think that
You
we
mean-
talked about updating it every round, right? The givebacks rounds.
Oh, you mean the featured projects on the not the projects updates, but the featured project, right?
Right.
Yeah, I was thinking that whether 2 weeks or a month, because it can be up to, I guess 2 weeks feels better depending on how many new verified projects weekly we have, but 2 weeks. Yeah. It's okay. I would suggest like do it monthly and always do it like all the projects for June, all the projects for July, all the projects for August,
Okay, I like that. Okay.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, so I wanted to touch base and see that if you have that already covered. So I'm glad that you already have thoughts on that. So great.
Nice.
Anything else regarding the What's Up and Giveth and homepage? Or we can move to the last items for today. Okay. So I just wanted to check in with the podcast. Honestly, I couldn't work on the GM while I was on ETH Barcelona, so I was planning to start with a new episode. There's only 3 more left for GM for the season 2. And I was planning to just start on that on the 4th, so next Friday, and to stream it and have it live as always. And I was thinking that because the QF round ends on the 1st, so just to not have tons of content overlapped. And then Kotave, I don't know if you still feel like launching an episode every Monday as well, or you really don't care very much about the date. So I don't know.
I think it will be ideal every 2 weeks. I changed on GitHub the dates of delivery. So if there is no inconvenience with that, I was thinking to launch the next one on the 31st, and from there every 2 weeks. But it can be like I'm flexible depending on comms needs.
Yeah, I think that let's do it on the 7th, because 31 we will be on the last push of QF. So we have a lot of content scheduled until the 1st. And then the 2nd is Meet the Makers. And then I think that we should restart GM podcast on the 4th, and then Aprendamos on the 7th, if that's
Perfect
okay for you.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I can edit the GitHub issues again.
Yeah, I would really appreciate that, because also I was thinking with Lauren today, and I'll be working around some content for social media, so we can review before she leaves on vacation. So if we can just have everything regarding the podcast ready after she leaves, and we can, I think that would be the best. So let's do that. Lauren, what do you think? Do you think it's fine that way, just to restart with GM on the 4th?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay, cool. Nice. And then the last thing, Suga reached out saying that she's on vacation. She hasn't been able to finish the medium regarding it Barcelona and ACC. That kind of sucks because I know that we wanted to put it on the newsletter. So hopefully that will be out soon. So Ahmad, you can include it to the newsletter, and then I can update the WhatsApp and Giveth with that as well. Not a lot of updates on that front. So yeah, I think that's it for today's items that I had prepared. Does anyone else have anything else to add regarding this podcast and the Medium post, or anything regarding all the things that we discussed? Is it time for you to speak? Okay. Lauren just typing in the chat. Everyone reading what Lauren typing. Some things for Mad.
Sorry, I was just commenting on that. Anyway, no, I don't have anything. I just telling Ahmad that, you know, if we don't have the article out, we could just mention the important things in the newsletter and get the newsletter out anyways.
Hey, I had a thought about the podcast. I don't know if I shared it earlier, but I was thinking like maybe we could have a blurb at the beginning of the podcast, like, I don't know, like a 15-second thing where we just talk about what Giveth is. So if someone is listening to the podcast and they don't know what Giveth is, they would hear that 15 seconds and understand what it is, you know? Since I think a lot of people may listen to the podcast and yeah, like if they just don't know what Giveth is, like they just saw this cool podcast with a talk about AI or something, right? So it's a good advertisement, I think, for Giveth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. Unfortunately, we're about to end the season 2 of GM. We're only 3 episodes. We have only 3 episodes left with Jared Hope, with Manu, and another one regarding, I can't remember. So maybe that's something that we can implement moving forward with this. I'm not sure if actually there's going to be another season, but for sure, I think that this is great feedback. Something that was missing on GM was really trying to include and spotlight Giveth more. So thanks for that feedback, Ahmad. I'm actually working with Kishaf to videos, some like these short videos that maybe some of you have social media. That's just like a small blurb of a cool part of the podcast to promote this more, and maybe there's a way in which we can include Giveth in that promotion. So yeah, thanks for that. So I think that's it, and I think that we're all clear. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining the call. Great to see you all. Great to have you, Jean, here with us. And talk to you next week.
Thank you, Almond.
Thanks, Almond. See you, everyone.
See you.
Thanks, Almond. Bye.
Bye.